a new message. Message 26 as a continuation of the message on the new man. And this message will be to put on the new man. The new man has been created, yet today we need to put on the new man. Now we need to read two portions from Ephesians and Colossians. We use King James, Ephesians 4. The three verses we read last night, and this morning we have to read it again, but I must pass on the improvements in translation to all of you. In verse 22, you have to change the word conversation to manner of life. Manner of life. That is, somewhat related to the ordinance. The manner of life. Then you go on, the old man, which is being, and the word being, which is being corrupted. Not just corrupt, but corrupted in participle, which is being corrupted according to the lust. Strike out deceitful. To the lust of the deceit. The lust of the deceit. The articles are used. The lust of the deceit. No improvement is needed in verse 23, but some are needed in 24, which after God changed the word after to according to, which according to God is created in righteousness and holiness. Strike out true. Strike out the word true. Righteousness and holiness of the truth. Of the truth. So verse 24 reads, and that ye put on the new man, which is being, which according to God is created in righteousness and holiness of the truth. Now, let's all read in this way. That ye put up concerning the old man, which is being corrupted according to the lust of the deceit, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which according to God is created in righteousness and holiness of the truth. Very good. Then we go on to Colossians chapter 3, also 3 verses. In verse 10, we have to improve in this way, and have put on the new man, which is being renewed. You add word being. Which is being renewed, strike out the word in, and replace with unto full knowledge, which is being renewed unto full knowledge. Strike out after, and add according to the image of him that created him. Then verse 11, verse 11 should read this way, where there cannot be. Strike out is neither. Cannot be great and Jew. Not nor, but and. Greek and Jew, circumcision and uncircumcision. Barbarian, Sidon, bound man, not just bound man, comma, strike out nor, bound man, free man. Bound man, comma, free man, semicolon. But Christ is all things and in all. After the first all, you add things. It's all things and in all. Let's read. Lie not one to another, seeing that you have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is being renewed to full knowledge, according to the image of him created him, where there cannot be Greek and Jew, circumcision and uncircumcision, barbarian, Sidon, but Christ is all things and in all. Concerning the new man, what the New Testament says is anyhow somewhat quite strange to our logical mentality. Firstly, it says the new man was created. Then it says the new man is being renewed. Right? In Colossians 3, it says what? It says, and have put on the new man, which is being renewed into full knowledge according to the image of him that created him. Ephesians 4 says, not 4, 2. Ephesians 2 says, the new man was created. But Colossians 3 says, the new man is being renewed. Now, you just say whether it is created or it is something renewed. Created or renewed? Created means it has nothing to do with the old, right? Renewed indicates something is related to the old, right? If it is not related to the old, why it is being renewed? Anyhow, these two words are both used, created and renewed. Well, of course, you have the word both. That's right. But how to be both? How to be both? Let us say it this way. The new man was created, and this is according to Christ's creating work. According to Christ's side, the new man was created. But according to our side, the new man is being renewed. According to Christ's creation, the new man was created. But according to our experience, the new man is being renewed. Am I right? So you can see one is the creation, and the other is our experience. According to the creation of Christ, the new man has been created. But according to our experience, the new man is right here being renewed. You see, the creation is one thing, and the experience is another thing. Right? According to the creation of Christ, the new man, no doubt, has been created. It has been finished. The creation work of Christ concerning the new man is finished. But according to our experience, it is still being renewed. It is still being renewed. It's a daily matter in a daily renewing process. It is daily being renewed. So this morning, the burden is to see how the new man is being renewed. And this renewing is just the putting on of the new man. Right? Last night, we have covered a little bit concerning this point. That is, the new man was created, yet we need to put on the new man. You know, the word put on and put off is the word used for clothing. Look at me right now. You see, the tailor has tailored this jacket, right? The jacket was tailored by the tailor. It was created, something accomplished, right? But now I have to put on. I have to put on, right? To put on. You know, to put on is not so simple. To put on is also somewhat a gradual thing. See? Say, you can see I have put on this jacket this way. How about this way? This is an easy way, a loose way, and a quick way. Easy, loose, and quick. Is the jacket upon me? Yeah, the jacket is upon me. Okay? The jacket is upon me, yeah? It's gone. Right? It's gone. This is not the typical way to put on the jacket. Sometimes, you know, you may put on the jacket like this. The jacket is on me. It's on me. It's on me. It is slipping off. Right? You know, the right way is to put it slowly, in a proper way. Right? Don't do that fast. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Put on. Not only so, and you have to. Not only to put it on, but to tie it. Now it's on. And proper on. Right. See? Now it's on. To put on. But listen, we still cannot portray the real putting on as it is mentioned in the New Testament. This kind of putting on is still somewhat objective. The putting on of the new man revealed in the New Testament is a kind of renewing. Renewing. It is not something from outside for you to put on. You see, now I put on the jacket, it is something outside of me. Am I right? It's something outside of me. You all can see, right? It's something objective outside of me. Then I take some objective thing outside of me to put upon my body. And this kind of putting on is too outward. Am I right? Too objective. And the putting on of the new man in the New Testament is something from within. Why? Because it is a renewing from within. From within. This is not just the outward objective putting on, but this is the inward subjective renewing. Am I right? Now, we must, this is why this morning I just couldn't go on without taking care of this message. First of all, we must see the new man was created. It has been created at the time of our regeneration. And this new man has been put into our spirit. Am I right? Or we can say at the time of our regeneration, this new man has been born into our spirit. Let me say this. It is not too much to say this. Yeah? When we were regenerated, this completed new man, this created new man was born into our spirit. He was put into our spirit. Am I right? Then, from the time of our generation onward, and this new man has to spread, right? Has to spread himself into every part of our being. And this spreading is the putting on. And this spreading is also the renewing. So you see, the putting on of the new man is not an outward, objective matter, but it is altogether an inward, subjective thing. The new man was created, right? Even on the cross. The latest, right on the cross in the resurrection, right? Because Christ slew all the ordinances on the cross in order that he might create the two into one new man. I do believe the real creation was not there on the cross. It was in resurrection. In resurrection, he slew, he killed all the ordinances on the cross with the view to produce the one new man. And where he produced one new man? In his resurrection. In his resurrection, the new man was created, was produced. Am I right? And that was completed. Then, at the time when we believe, the very generating spirit, the life-giving spirit, came into our spirit with, listen, with his product. With his product. And what is his product? That is the one new man. The life-giving spirit came into our spirit with that produced one new man. So by this, the one new man was put into our spirit. In other words, the one new man was born into our spirit. So from the time of our regeneration, our spirit began to have the one new man. And then from that time onward, this one new man is going to saturate our being, to spread this one new man into every part of our being. And this spreading is actually the putting on. And this kind of putting on is the inward, right? It's the inward, subjective matter. And this is also called the renewing, right? The renewing is being renewed. Put on the new man, which is being renewed. Being renewed. How much this new man could be put on you, it depends upon how much you could be renewed. So the renewal just equals the putting on. Now, we have to spend more time just to see this one thing. What one thing? This renewing. Here, not only in Ephesians, but also in Colossians, for us to put on the new man, we need to put off. To put off the old man. Ephesians 4:22 is very good. It says what? It says to put off concerning the former manner of life, the old man. To put off the old man concerning the former manner of life. It's very meaningful. We all know the manner of life implies a lot. Right? Implies a lot. I just illustrate a little bit. For instance, some of you, before you got saved, you had a kind of man of life. Man of life, okay? 5 days in the day, in the week, you go to work. Then in the evening, you have your man of life. Either go to nightclub or go to some kind of entertainment or go to some kind of sport or go to some kind of amusement or just sit home watching TV. Right? That's your man of life. And most of the people in Hong Kong, their man of life in the weekdays after 7 o'clock playing mahjong. When I was staying in Hong Kong, once I stayed over 4 months, in a good sense, I just couldn't tolerate because my sleeping room is surrounded with high-riser building. In every room, playing mahjong. Kung-ka, kung-ka. See? Right. Is that? Playing mahjong. And some residents couldn't tolerate, so they called the police station. And sometimes the police did come in to intervene. I tell you, their manner of life. And some of the overseas Chinese in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, unbelievers, they have also a manner of life going to Chinatown. Yeah? To eat. to eat turtles. Chinatown. Right? Noontime, 12:30, 吃茶, 饮茶. To take their tea. Actually, their tea is some turtle. You know, that's their manner of life, right? And many Americans, weekend, right? You know, weekend, just weekend. This one word tells you and implies a lot of their manner of life. As you know, I didn't have much time to look into the newspaper, but anyhow, I think day before yesterday, I read the paper. It says, on July the 4th, over 600 people killed. And California ranked the first. I tell you, that's their manner of life. Sometimes I just doubt why the Americans are so stupid. And every big holiday, 100 got killed, but still they like to go out to play with their lives. Right? That's the manner of life. Am I right? No need for me to say too much. You know all kinds of manner of life. Right? Some have drinking. Some have another thing. So many things. I tell you, that's the manner of life. Right? Here it says what? To put off the old man concerning the manner of life. This means what? This means if you do mean business, to be renewed, right? To be renewed, you have to put off what? Let me say. Just say to put off the old man is too doctrinal. Let me say to put off the manner of life. Forget about weekend. Forget about your sports. Forget about mahjong. Forget about going to Chinatown. The manner of life. How about this? The manner of life. I tell you, if you don't put off the manner of life, nearly you have nothing to put off. You just think about if all the manner of life is buried. I tell you, the old man is also buried. When you bury the manner of life, you give the old man the best funeral. So this morning, my burden is not to tell you to put off the old man, but I am going to tell you to put off the manner of your life. The former manner of your life. The former manner of your life. Many among us who are in the Lord's recovery, yet they still hold on to their former manner of life. I don't mean you have to become an Amish. I don't mean that. Do you know an Amish? 14 years ago, I was invited to the Amish section district in Ohio. And I went there, and I stood there, I found out, my, Amish. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. But I do mean something that you have to give. What? You have to give your former manner of life a good funeral. You have to put them not only off you, but also into a coffin and bury them. The man of life. Am I right? Don't say, oh, brotherly, you are somewhat legal, conservative, old. You don't know. Today's 1978. When you say this, I tell you where you are. You just are in one of the ages of the satanic system. You are just in one of the decade. And that decade is what? Is just a course, a trend, a current. People say, here in the USA, people used to say in the 60s, that means 1960 something. Now in the 70s, and then it will be in the 80s. I tell you, every decade is what? Is a evil current of the satanic system. Please don't tell me, now we are in 1978. Brotherly, you are too old, you are too conservative. I tell you, brothers, I am not quarreling with you, I'm not rebuking you, but I tell you, this canton is absolutely demonic. Right. It's absolutely demonic. Don't say this. Don't say this. This is demonic. This is to what? To be carried away in today's trend. To be carried away in today's current. Am I right? We must bury, give our former manner of life a thorough funeral. Amen. To put off the old man, I say, it is too doctrinal. Too doctrinal. Right? But today we have to see the actual putting away of the old man is to put off the former manner of life. The former manner of life. Am I right? The manner of life. Especially, no doubt, the manner of life implies ordinance. Right? Implies the way we live. The way we live. Later on, we will see. Eventually, in Colossians 3, after the putting off and after the putting on, eventually, it says what? It says where. That means in the renewed church life, there cannot be, listen, there cannot be. Mr. Vincent, in his study of the New Testament word, says the Greek word here is very much strengthened. Just to say there is not adequate. He says it means there's no possibility. So it should be, there cannot be Greek and Jew. There cannot be Greek and Jew. There cannot be barbarian and Scythian. There cannot be bondman and free man. There cannot be. Because why? Because all the former manner of life is buried. It is put away. Right? The former manner of life is put away. The Jewish manner of life is put away. The Greek manner of life is put away. The barbarian manner of life is put away. and the seething man of life is put away. Just by the way, I like to say, what Paul says in Colossians 3:11, surely, no doubt, indicates that in that day, in the church at Colossae, there surely were some Greeks, some Jews, some barbarians, some citizens, and some bondmen, and some freemen. No doubt. But Paul says, you have to put away the old man. Regarding what? Regarding the manner of life. Don't put away your old man regarding doctrine, but regarding the manner of life. Okay, the Greek believers, they put away their Greek manner of life. The Jewish believers, they put away their Jewish manner of life. The barbarians put away their barbarian manner of life. And the Scythians put away their Scythian manner of life. And the bondmen, slaves, they put away the slave manner of life. And the freemen, the masters, and they put away their master manner of life. I tell you, what is this? This is the renewing. This is the renewing. If from this angle, or with this point of view, you look into our today's church life, we still haven't so much putting away. Am I right? We still haven't put so much putting away. Why? Because we are still holding on to our manner of life. I'm so happy to see, you know what, that according to history, by the time when Paul wrote these epistles, number one, the Jews have been scattered. Scattered to all the Mediterranean Sea cities. Nearly in every city around Mediterranean Sea, there were Jews. Not only the Greeks got saved, but the Jews also were saved. And both were saved into one church. Greeks came in, the Jews came in, they all became one church. What should they do? What should they do? Not only so, not only the Jews were scattered according to history, but that time the seasons. And I do believe to refer to northern Europeans. The most barbarian, most barbarous. See, of course, in expounding the Bible, there are two schools concerning seasons. One school says seasons were the most cultural people. And the second school says seasons are the most barbarous people. After much study, I prefer to take the second school. And here is not a comparison between the barbarians and the cultured. No. Here is a comparison between the barbarians and the most barbarians. Barbarians and most barbarians, Scythians. And I do believe, don't misunderstand me, after some study, I believe the barbarians came from that source of Russia. And Russians are the most barbarian. Wild, strong. In the ancient time, they kill people. They drink wine with the skull. And even they drink the blood as wine. Well, anyhow, according to history, in ancient time, those northern barbarian Europeans did come down to invade Palestine, to invade Asia Minor, and those places. So some were left there, and they got saved. My goodness. My goodness. You have the most cultural Greeks. You have the most religious Jews. And you have the barbarians, and you have the most barbarous Syrians. And you have the slaves who sold themselves, the bond slave, the bondmen. And you have also the masters who bought the slaves, the free men. They all got saved. And they all got into one church. My goodness. When they all come to the Lord's table. What shall they do? Now you understand, this is what exactly the Apostle Paul meant. You have to put off what? Your old man. What is your old man? Your old man is just in your former manner of life. Greek brothers, you have to forget about your Greek culture. Your kind of philosophical thinking. You have to put off that kind of manner of life. And you Jews, you keep Sabbath, you don't eat pork, now you have to eat turtle. Then you Cantonese, you have to drop your manner of life, eating cats, eating snakes. You have to put out that kind of manner of life. Don't bring cats, snakes, turtles to the Lord's table. You citizens, don't bring your skull to the Lord's table. Now you understand. Masters don't come in as masters, enslaving others. And bound men don't come in as a slave. Drop that slave manner of life. I do believe this is exactly what the apostle meant. Then, I tell you, Greeks, Jews, barbarians, Syrians, bondmen, freemen, they all came to the Lord's table without their former manner of life. Then they can say, here in the church life, there cannot be the Jews. And Miss Vincent says, cannot be means there's no room, no place. There's no room for the Greeks at the Lord's table. There's no room for the Jews at the Lord's table. Neither there's room for barbarians, for Syrians, bondmen, freemen. No. There's only room for Christ. I'm so thankful to the Lord. Even 2,000 years ago, there was a scattering of Jews to be mingled with the Greeks. Also, there were the most barbarian invention, to bring the most barbarian citizens to Asia Minor. Hallelujah. Today, I tell you, look at the world situation. the modern inventions, through the industry, through the transportation, has brought all kind of people together. And especially in the USA. You all know USA is called melting pot, right? Melting all different races, white, black, yellow, red. Am I right? Quick people, slow people, jumping people, sleeping people, all kinds, right? People with quick temper, people with a silent temper. You know what I mean? You don't need to stay with Americans for 5 minutes. Just for half minutes, you know what Americans are. Just half minute. The Americans are all out. Half minute, you know. If you stay with the Japanese for 10 years, you don't know where they are. You don't know whether they're happy with you, they're not happy with you, whether they like you, whether they don't like you, whether they laugh or they wave. Silent. They are the silent, tempered people. You believe me? But anyhow, not only America, USA is a melting pot, especially the Lord's recovery. We all have been put together. I think no other church could quote has so many different tempers. Yeah? Am I right?
That's right.
In the church, there's no segregation. No. Even this morning, you look, all the different faces or races. You look at Puerto Ricans, Mexicans. You don't call them Mexicans, you call them Spanish. They are far away from Spain. You also have the Portuguese, actually not the Portuguese, but Brazilians. You have the people from Neuchâtel, Switzerland. You have those from Stuttgart, Germany, some from Sweden, some from Denmark, and some from Indonesia, and some from Malaysia, some from Hong Kong, some from Taiwan, some from Korea, some from the silent, temperate people. When the Korean brothers and sisters, when they sing the hymn, they sing this way. They not only sing the hymn with two lips, they with two shoulders. When the Americans see this, they admire. Marvelous singing. When the Chinese see this, terrible. Is this a kind of praising? As a praising, the singing must be nice, gentle. This is barbarian singing. Then the North European singing, quartet, This is what? I don't know this is what. This is quartet manner. Then when the Chinese came, they came. This is dormant sleeping singing. What shall we do? No need to say other things, just singing to the Lord. We still keep our manner. Am I right? We still keep our manner. You think I'm joking? No, I'm not joking. I'm just illustrating. Babel brought in all differences to us. Babel. But listen, the cross of Christ slew or has slain all the differences in order to produce the one new man. Now, through regeneration, the one new man has put into us, who have been very much influenced by the differences of Babel. Now, what should we do? I tell you, all the manners of life are just the heritage of Babel. All the different manners of life are just a heritage of Babel. Now we must bury this heritage. Bury this heritage. This means what? This means to put off the former manner of life. Don't justify your manner. No manner is right. The European manner is not right. Korean, Chinese, Filipino. No. Spanish, Portuguese, American, French. No one is right. Every manner eventually becomes an ordinance. Today, it is so ugly to see and to hear. In San Francisco, there is the Chinese American Presbyterian. And in America, there's that Anglican church. What is this? This is just a monster. Am I right? And in the USA today, you have a Bulgarian church. You have a Danish church in in Washington. And you have the Swedish church. And you have even the Russian church on the countryside. Right? Here in Los Angeles, you have the Korean church. You have the Japanese church. You have the Chinese church. All these are what? Are these churches? It is a joke. Am I right? When we get in the church, we must close Japanese, Chinese, Korean, American, French outside of the door. Well, the time is so short. I just illustrate this a little bit to you. Now we come to something positive. Something positive. That is to put on. What my burden is this. We must have a clear vision. We must have a clear vision concerning the new man. Right? Our former life, our former man of life is just the inheritance from Babel through 1,000 years. We shouldn't treasure that. And that is not our prestige. That is not our prestige. That's a shame. That's the heritage from Babel. All this has been what? Abolished by Christ on the cross in his flesh. Right? All these have been terminated on the cross in the flesh of Christ. We must have such a clear view. We condemn this. We don't change them. We don't consider them as a prestige. Rather, it is a shame. It's a shame. Right? On the negative side. Then we come to the positive side. To the positive side, we all have to realize the new man has been created. And the new man has been put into our spirit. Now what? Now our spirit must be the dominating part of our whole being. It has to be. Our spirit has to be the spirit of our mind. You see? It has to be the spirit of our mind. Then what? Then whatever we live, whatever we do, you see, we live, we do, by what? By the Spirit. By the Spirit. Whatever we do by the Spirit. Whatever we live according to the Spirit. Just be so simple, I tell you. This spirit of your mind will become the renewing spirit. And here, in this spirit of the mind, you will be renewed. You will be renewed. Whatever is renewed, that is the putting on of the new man. Whatever is renewed, that is the putting on of the new man. Brothers, I just hate the time is so short. You have to see, Ephesians 4 says, the new man was created directly according to God. But the new man is renewed. It's renewed. What, you know? It's renewed not according to, but into. Turn to Colossians 3. And read verse 10. And have put on the new man, which is being renewed into. The word in is very wrong. Here it's not in, but into. It's renewed into. That means resulting in. It's renewed into full knowledge. Into full knowledge. And this full knowledge is according to the image of God. Don't think this verse is exactly like that in Ephesians 4. No. In Ephesians 4, it says, the new man was created according to God himself. But here, the new man is renewed unto a full knowledge according to the image of him who created him. The new man was created according to God. It was created according to God. The new man is just the same as God. The new man was created according to God. But in our experience, the new man has to be renewed. Even being renewed. Renewed into something. Into what? Into a full knowledge. And this full knowledge is according to the expression, the image of God, who created the new man. What does this mean? I tell you, this simply means the new man was created according to God. That was completed. And today, in our experience, the new man is going to be what? Renewed. Bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, until what? Until a full knowledge. A full knowledge. A full understanding. And this full understanding is according to the image, the expression of the one who created the new man. And eventually what? Eventually, the very new man whom we experience is the expression of God. Just one more, then we close. In Ephesians 4, it says, 24, that he put on the new man, which according to God is created in two things, in righteousness and in holiness of the truth. The new man was created directly according to God in two things, in righteousness and in holiness. Here we all can realize righteousness signifies what? Signifies God's doing. God's doing. And holiness signifies God's being. Whatever God does is righteous. And whatever God is holy. So righteousness signifies God's doing. And holiness signifies God's being. God's acts, God's deeds are all righteous. And God's being, what God is altogether holy. The new man was created according to God in these two respects. In what two respects? The respect of righteousness, signifying God's doing, and the respect of holiness, signifying God's being. The new man was created directly according to God in these two aspects. And both these two aspects are of the truth. I like Dean Afford's interpretation. He says the truth here is the very essence of God, because God is true. And just like in verse 22, you have the lust of the deceit. The deceit is the essence of Satan, because Satan is a liar. You see? The essence of Satan is deceit, and the essence of God is truth. All the lusts are of Satan, the deceit. Righteousness and holiness are of God, the very truth. And Mr. Vincent says both deceit and truth in this portion of the word should be personified. Personified. The lust of the deceit, that means what? The lust of Satan, the deceit. The righteousness and holiness of the truth means what? Means of God, the truthful one. So you can see the new man was created according to God in these two aspects of God's essence, righteousness and holiness. But now we are experiencing the new man. And the new man is being renewed gradually into a full knowledge, a full understanding according to the expression, the image of the very Creator. By what way? All the time by putting away, putting off the former manner of life. And also by all the way living according to the Spirit. According to the Spirit. We just live, walk, and do things by the Spirit. You see the point? Brothers, we in all these years been talking a lot about our spirit. Yet, we didn't have that much time to stress one thing. That is, if we are going to talk about our spirit, we have to put off the former manner of life. Am I right? You have to put all these verses together as a kind of context. From the context, you can see that if we are going to have the new man as our living, right? If we are going to have the new man being renewed in our living, we have firstly to what? To put off the former manner of life. Am I right? Then we have to realize that our spirit must be the leading, directing, governing, dominating element of our whole being. Then we live not according to our former manner of life, but according to these dominating, controlling, governing, directing spirit. If we live this way, spontaneously, I tell you, a kind of renewing will be going on in our very being. Am I right? And this continual going on, renewing, will be what? Just the putting on of the new man. I tell you, this is the church life. And this is the life of the new man. And even this is the living of the new man. I hope that this could be made clear to all of us. I don't like to pass on just a doctrine to all of you, but my burden is to pass on what the Lord has shown me as a vision. I just like to pass on the vision to all of you. You can see this is not a teaching according to philosophy, according to certain custom, according to certain culture. This is not a kind of teaching according to ethics or any kind of morality. I tell you, this is the heavenly vision. The heavenly vision to show us what God is after today. He is after a new man. He is after a new man. And this new man must be the church's living today. The church today must live this new man. And how to live this new man? Just by putting off the former manner of life. And by living according to the dominating, directing, governing, controlling Spirit. Then we are being renewed. And we are having the new man as our church life. I think today we don't have time for sharing in this session because I'm thinking to give you another 2 messages in the second session. So we just have directly 20 minutes break, then we come back.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media or visit our website for more from Living Stream Ministry.